When it comes to pressing up Supacolor, all we talked about to this point is pressing up full color designs on t-shirts. Well, there's a lot more you can do, as you can see here on this table. How you guys doing? My name is Stan Banks from T-Shirt Side Hustle, and I help people start t-shirt businesses from home, wherever you at. And today, I'm going to show you guys all the other transfer types and what you could possibly do with them right after the intro. Okay, let's jump right into it. But before we do, you guys know what I need you to do for me. I need you guys to like this video. I need you to subscribe. I need you to comment if you have any questions about anything that I talk about during this video so we can get your questions answered. So, like I said in the intro, there's a lot more that you can do with Supacolor. So that means if you're a screen printer and you're having problems with pressing on like difficult to place locations, having consistency between artworks and different things like that, Supacolor is a product that you can use in your business to offer your customers more. Even if you already got shirts covered, this is a great product for you to use. Keep in mind, everything with Supacolor happens to be standard pricing. So what that means is there isn't a price per color. It's the best transfers, in my opinion, for full color designs as far as washability and everything like that. But there are specific transfer types that you can use for specific garments. So up first, obviously, the first thing that we're going to talk about is the headwear, okay? So we got hats. These two here don't have seams. So what does that mean? Well, you can just take your Supacolor headwear transfer and you can press it. But the beauty about Supacolor is you can take your graphic that you normally might have to take and send to an embroiderer that may not come out looking exactly the same that you pressed it up on a shirt or screen printed on a shirt, and you can have it go across seams should you need to. So for the headwear transfers, they get pressed on at 285 to 300 degrees, which allows you to take a little bit less of a heat for 10 to 15 seconds. And of course, everything here is hot peel. Up next, we got the Sublimation Blocker. Now, the Sub Blocker is a little bit different than the standard, okay? And what this does is it stops dye migration. Let me show you exactly how it does that. I got a transfer here. So this here is a sub blocker. This is the same transfer that you see on the shirt here. If you use the wearable transfer on this style of shirt here, you will run into some small issues with dye migration. What is dye migration? Basically, the dye from the shirt will actually come up and show through the shirt, which means if you had a red shirt, usually always with polyester, red shirt would turn your white transfer or your white ink pink. And this here is a blocker. If you look on the back, it has a black powder that will actually stop dye migration from coming through and keeping your whites white, right? So looking at it here, this is a sports tech shirt that is actually from Sanmar, and this is one of my favorite sports brands. Just as a little side note there, they give you a lot of different patterns, a lot of different options that teams and sports will love, but they keep the price reasonable. So they make designs comparable with Nike and Under Armour make. As you see here, this is a digital camo, and you put the right transfer type on top of it, and you'll never have to worry about this white here turning blue or black or having spots or anything like that. I actually screen printed this one time with the all-purpose ink, and it didn't come out bad, but later on, it actually made a cool little effect because the white actually had the dots and they started to turn gray. I used the white and gray version of this shirt, and in the white ink, the dots of the gray started to show up. Luckily, it gave it a cool look because that could have been a bad job that would have actually came back to me, and I would have had to kind of either reprint or refund their money. I probably would have found a way to reprint it so that I could keep my profit, right? So that is the sub blocker. Now, when we're talking about sub blocker, these go on at 285 degrees to 300 degrees. The higher the temperature that you press on a polyester or something of like a digital camera or something like that, a printed polyester, you actually increase the chance of dye migration with a higher temperature. So that's something that you want to keep in mind, and you only press that for about 10 seconds. All right, up next, we have the soft shell blocker. Now, soft shell jackets are more like coaches jackets or company jackets, something that you use if you had a corporate account or maybe like you might do 13 or so for a coaching staff or faculty at a school or something like that. These get pressed on for about 285 to 300 degrees for about 10 seconds. And these also apply with some dye migration. And what will happen with these soft shell jackets, some of them are made with polyester. In fact, if not, most of them are made with polyester. So they can face the normal dye migration that you face with the polyester garment. But because of the lining that is inside of a soft shell jacket, what you'll run into, this material here, when you press it up, it will cause these little dots to raise in your design. So a normal blocker may not do the trick. What actually you need is a soft shell blocker, which is a little bit more thick, so that when these dots try to press themselves up into your design holds up well. And like I said here, this is a soft shell blocker. You can have big, you can have a left chest design, and you can see the consistency across the presses, okay? Up next, we have the Promo Transfer, and I recently had tried to press a wearable transfer on a canvas bag, and I ran into some issues, and I couldn't understand why. I thought the canvas bag was actually 100% cotton. It didn't come. I think she got them off of Amazon. The customer brought them in. Actually, it was Jakira. You guys know Jakira from Trash Talk Tees. She ordered up some canvas bags. They didn't have the material. I tried to press the wearable on them. I did not have success. I came to Supacolor. I told them what I had. I brought the bag in. We troubleshooted it. And it came back that I needed to use the Promo Transfer. This one goes on at from 250 degrees to 300 degrees. So a lot lower of a temperature range there that you can use, because some of the promo items that you'll be pressing up may be heat sensitive. So here we have the canvas bag. Obviously now, this canvas bag, we used the Promotional Transfer, and it came out seamless, flawless, no issues at all when I pressed this one up. I actually pressed this up myself the other day, and it came out great. You can tell the artwork looks clean and as good as it needed to. All right, we have an umbrella. So this, you can press on the actual umbrella, nylon, anything that is not intended to be washed consistently, the Promo Transfer is good for. So this here is a nylon bag that comes with the umbrella. You can actually open this up. It's bad luck to open up an umbrella indoors, so I was not going for that. But you could actually go ahead and press up the logos on the umbrella as well. And if you have some customers that may want custom umbrellas, there you go. Here we have a book bag, right? If you had to screen print this with a couple colors, you can run into some issues, especially because of the location, because of the material. And most times, most people take this to get embroidered, but you at home or you with the heat press in your shop could actually take this, get yourself some Supacolor promotional transfers and press up full color logos that look exactly the same across the jacket, across the shirt, across the hat, and press it up actually on this type of garment as well. Here we have a water cooler, which is pretty cool as well. And as long as you can fit it onto a platform where you can press it, like this one here, you should be good to go. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to using Supacolor transfers is that they actually have testing strips. So if you have questions about what transfer type you should use, you can grab these strips. And on here, there is a wearable, there is a blocker, and there's a soft shell blocker. And what this does is it tells you when you press it onto a garment that you're testing out, maybe on the inside, maybe on the back, or maybe just on a spare garment. This will tell you exactly what you need to press up that kind of garment. So I have one here that's been pressed up. And if you guys remember, I said, hey, what happens with these types of garments is the dye migration will come through. So if I take a look at this, and I'll have a close-up for you guys, you can see in a wearable transfer that the dots in the orange have started to come through the actual transfer. If you look at the blocker, it is smooth. And if you look at the soft shell blocker, it is actually even smoother because it's a little bit thicker. So this will be something that you can use if a customer brings a garment that you are not familiar with. You may not know if you need to use something like a soft shell blocker or just a regular sublimation blocker. This will tell you if you take one of those garments, you test it out, and you come look at it 3 days later and say, hey, does this migrate? Yes. If it did, I need a blocker. If you had it on a soft shell jacket, you say, did it migrate here? Does it show the dots in this one? Yes, it does. Then I need a soft shell blocker. So this is something that you can use in your business to make sure that you're pressing the right thing on the right type of garment that you're pressing. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put them down in the comments below. I'll check those questions out. I'll try to answer all your questions. and go out and keep hustling and making some more money. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about is the fact that you can create consistency across all these different garment types. When it comes to Supacolor, it makes it all possible. In a future video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can use all these different transfer types to create a team store, which is very popular right now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I'll make sure I'm there to check them out. This has been your boy Stan Banks from T-Shirt Side Hustle. Peace.